everybody, and welcome back to Adega. It's the second round of the FIM EMX European Championship. First round was Lombardia about a month ago. We are now here for round 2 of the EMX250 Championship. Rick Elzinga arrives as the championship leader. He had a win and a fourth last time out in the opening round. Cornelius Tondel follows him in the championship standings, 4 points adrift of the Dutchman. He had a 7th and a race win, and Tondel's teammate, Hakan Osterhagen, is just a point further back in third with a 4th and a 3rd. That's how the top 3 finished. Miko Vettig and Oriol Oliver ran out the top 5. And as we head into this round here, about an hour south of Porto, over on the west coast of the country, this clay-based sand racetrack here will be a challenge for them. It's hard and slick at the moment, so don't be fooled by the colour of the racetrack and think, oh, there's a nice deep sand track. It's anything but that. Very rich in ceramics and those kind of porcelain kind of, you know, like those kind of factories around this area, pottery and stuff. So they've got the perfect dirt for it. The racetrack here, just over 1,600 metres long, 1.63 kilometres, if you like, 1,630 metres long. Flat start, straight, turning left, going uphill for the first time, then back down, and then as we go around the 2 in the Sector 2 zone, you're up and down there, up and down again. The valley goes from left to right as well, if you've never been here before. We've not been here since 2019. But today, EMX250 lining up for their second round. Full grid of axe murderers, and Cornelius Tondel goes to the line on pole position for Fantic Factory Team Maddie. His time was a 1:44.2, about 2 tenths quicker than the championship leader Rick Elzinga's Hutton Metal Yamaha. Sasha Kunin, the Jumbo Husqvarna BT racing rider, goes to the line 30, was about 3 tenths further back. And then we've got Hakan Osterhagen, Marcel Stauffer, Eddie Wade, a good time for the 9mm Energy Bud Racing Kawasaki. Camden McClellan, TBS Conversions KTM, will go to the line in 7th, ahead of Miko Vettig, Andrea Bonacorsi and Jorgen Matthias Talviku on the Sarkar Racing KTM. Then we got the second of the 9mm Energy guys, Quentin Prunier, David Braceras, Dave Koika, Guillaume Ferres and Oriol Oliver. Short while ago, the riders were out on track for their sighting lap. Of course, they are now back in, and the 2 riders leading them out, Cornelius Tondel and the red plate on the front of that Yamaha of Rick Elzinga on the Hutton Metal machine. 3:12, Hakan Osterhagen. Very surprised to see himself on the podium at the opening round in Lombardia, so I'm guessing the last month or so he's just been hard at it, riding with his teammate, fellow Norwegian, and putting in the time and the laps and the hours on the bike. There's the 35 of Bonacorsi, the 261 of Talviku. All eyes will probably be down on the right-hand side, though, but don't be surprised if you see a gate come from the middle. There's your championship leader, Rick Elzinga, Hutton Metal Yamaha, looking quite calm, looking very focused. 3:02, Cornelius Tondel. The Fantic Factory Team Maddie rider. There's your view down the start straight into that left turn, comes back around the outside and then up the hill in the opposite direction. Osterhagen. So the 3:12 of Hakan Osterhagen, wondering what he can do today. The 19 of Sasha Kunin. And the 2:17 of Eddie Wade. So 9mm Energy Bud Racing Kawasaki looked efficient this morning in the free practice, and he was equally efficient in time practice. 6th for him. Marcel Stauffer, the Sturm STC Racing KTM rider. Good time for him. 5th in the time practice session earlier on today. There's Max Spies, number 7. Got a green flag here. The Fly Racing 15-second border for the first time of today then for the EMX250 riders. 25 minutes plus 2 laps, the race duration for these guys. All eyes focusing on the gate. Revs are up. It was a long, and some riders tried to anticipate, and one of those, in fact 2 of those, were the 2 KTM Fantic riders of Tondel and Osterhagen. I was about to say, in WMX, they, I tell you what, a rider goes downhill there, goes down hard, but almost taking Rick Elzinga with him. Jumped clean into the back of Elzinga as he came down the hill. But who tips over there? Is that Vetic or Iago Martinez, I think? So Martinez. So the 67 just tips over from what, second or third place. So Vetic leads on a 252 stroke. And then we've got Elzinga now in second. Martinez was third, but he fell. Lugano looking to dive down the inside, and he does so, but just coming through here is that McClellan. I think it might be in the pale blue colours, but lots of bar banging going on this opening lap. We had Vetic leading away, Elzinga, Stauffer, McClellan, Guerda, Wade, Brunier, but gonna have to wait and see who it was that fell. Let's get him over the line, shall we? And then we'll worry about that afterwards. Rider's already over the line. Vetic leads Elzinga, the championship leader, by just over a second. Then we've got Wade in third, McClellan fourth, Stauffer, Coonan, Bonacorsi, Braceras, Oliver, Lugano, Perez, Mewison. Eddie Wade here, the lead rider in shot, with McClellan just behind him. Coonan just behind on the BT Jumbo Husqvarna. But these two leading the way here. Mikko Vetic on the 250 KTM two-stroke. Elzinga right there behind him in second place. These two had a gap of about 3 seconds to Eddie Wade, and here is Eddie Wade under pressure on that 9mm Bud Racing Kawasaki. Camden McClellan right there behind him on the TBS Conversions KTM in blue. Those two third and fourth. Stauffer is fifth, Coonan sixth, Bonacorsi seventh. Braceras, Oliveira, Lugano, they top 8 at the top 10 at the moment. And you can see Perez, Mewison, Chibati, Paulson, Spies. There's Elzinga closing in on Vetic. Had a lap to find his way. You've seen them put water down as well, catching both riders out at the bottom of the hill as they step up into that right-hander. Getting on the gas nice and early. Elzinga, a different line through there. Vetic takes a look over the shoulder. Elzinga saw it, read it perfectly, and takes over the lead at the end of this lap. But he's still got some work to do here. And he does make it happen. Makes the pass stick and gave pretty much no room for Mikko Vetic to work in that final turn. There's Wade in third place, leading this great train of riders. Behind him, McClellan and Lucas Coonan. And then Bonacorsi just off the back of this group there. Dropping downhill now in the yellow race shirt. McClellan trying to be aggressive, and he dives down the inside of the Brit. Right, Wade definitely got his hands full here with the 93 of Lucas Coonan. So Coonan on the Jumbo Husqvarna BT Racing Team machine. Third rider in shot, fifth in the race at the moment on that white Husqvarna. Rookie season in EMX250, of course. Just looking down the leaderboard, where is, he's down in 33rd place, Sasha Coonan. So got some work to do there. Eddie Wade getting a few Spanish flags flying for him. Pretty much based there. He's under pressure here though from Coonan. As McClellan in third place, starting to disappear. Nearest to his bottom of the screen. Right, Wade, former junior 85cc world champion. Had a tough couple of seasons in 125 and 250. Finally looking like can turn things around with the 9mm Energy Bud Racing Kawasaki squad. 16th in the opening round because he didn't finish the second race in Lombardia, but he did get a 12th in the first race. Currently 4th here at the moment, as McClellan just passing by our cameras right there, bottom of the hill already. Coonan, again, looking to charge down the inside of the 217. Looking to move past for 4th place. The racetrack here, you can get on the gas and go around the outside, but all of a sudden the corners then peel back the opposite way, and then you find that you're too tight going into the next turn. Really got to, and same here. He's got the drive though. Both riders go for the triple up. They're only going to run long. Coonan on the receiving end of that all day long. Elzinga, meanwhile, 3.2 seconds clear at the head of the field for Hutton Mattal. And he's already in the wave section. Coonan goes through though. Moves up in a 4th place. So Lucas Coonan dropping downhill, already put some distance between himself and Eddie Wade. Eddie Wade! Obviously lost time through the waves, and then all of a sudden losing more time at the bottom of the hill as Marcel Stauffer charges on by as well, the Austrian. All of a sudden, Wade under attack because he's got Oliver closing down on him as well. Oriol Oliver, WZ Racing. KTM does find his way through, but not before he hit the line. So Stauffer up in the 5th. And Oliver now up in the 6th. So after 4 laps, Elzinga leads by almost 5 seconds. Vettek second, McClellan third. 3/4 of a second quicker than Vettek ahead of him. Coonan 4th, Stauffer, then Wade. Dropping into view now. He's in 6th place. 7th place, sorry, because Oriol Oliver is next. Oliver, Wade. So Oriol Oliver, 5th in the championship, just 1 point behind Mikko Vettek, who is currently 2nd in the race. Right, here's the 19. Right, watch this here. Oh, the riders hitting the gate. So Coonan, one of them. Yeah, look. So the 19 of Sasha Coonan. Then the Fantics are in there as well. So too, 4 or 5 other riders, but couldn't get that bike out of the gate. So that's what happened to the 19 of Sasha Coonan. And Håkan Fredriksson and Cornelius Tondell. So let's keep an eye on where they are actually, because Osterhagen now in 23rd place. Tondell already up in a 10th. So this has been a hard charge. Maybe we can go back to the 302. He's about to hit the line any moment now. In 10th position. Meanwhile, Camden McClellan. TBS Conversions, KTM, in blue. Under attack from Lucas Coonan. These two fighting over 3rd and 4th place. Yeah, he tried to pre-jump that, didn't he? Had to suck up the bike between his legs, but he was still a little bit short there. Here's your race leader. That's what about 6 seconds looks like. Back to Mikko Vettek. dropping down the hill over the Monster Energy step up. Used to be a lot bigger. McClellan, third. Just needs to be careful. 51.8 last time around. Lost a bit of time to the 19 of Lucas Kuhnen. And you can see he's just starting to gain a little bit now as well. A little bit further back, here's Spies in he's in 13th place. So last year's, what was he, EMX two-stroke champion, just at the top of the hill though, dropping downhill in the bottom corner, just there in red, is the 302 of Cornelius Tondel. Or is it Håkon Osterhagen? Let's have a look. 302 Tondel. Yeah, so Braceras Tondel, Eddie Wade is now in 10th place as Cornelius Tondel goes around the outside of Braceras. Moves into 8th position. Not bad for somebody who hit the gate right at the start of the race. Wade with those, well, on the green Kawasaki basically. He's got Rasmussen behind him in 11th position. But just ahead of these guys and making massive inroads forward. Cornelius Tondel now in 8th position. He was second overall in the championship after the first round. And already he's pulling clear of Braceras, lead rider in this shot. Just about to hit the triple any moment now. In fact, here he is now, coming into land. So Cornelius Tondel, the 302. He's in 8th position, and already he's got riders ahead of him. Guillaume Ferrez in 7th. So Ferrez on the 309. The F4E gas rider just gets through that right-hand turn. Been a solid race this has, hasn't it? Hit the gate. Yeah, it was on the first lap, so you've got everybody bunched together, but even still to find his way through traffic. Cornelius Tondel. Definitely got something somewhere. When you see his teammate now just breaking into the top 20 in 20th place, the 312 of Håkon Osterhagen, the second of the Fantic Maddie riders. Meanwhile, over the line, McClellan goes through in 3rd, Lucas Kuhnen 4th. Those two about 1.1 seconds adrift of each other. And then Vettic, so we've got a back marker, and then we've got Mikko Vettic here coming towards us now. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, locked together. Vettic, McClellan and Kuhnen on the number 93, taking a bit of a wide line coming out of that first turn. McClellan looking good though. Just here on the TBS Conversions KTM in blue. The 122, former 85cc European champion. Back markers just doing their best to stay out of the way. All of a sudden, Kuhnen right onto the rear wheel, looking for 3rd place. Double into the waves and then doubling through again. Looking for that momentum. Vettic under pressure, bottom of the hill. Probably the cleanest rider on track apart from the race leader, Rick Elzinga. Mostly in part to the fact that he grabbed the whole shot right at the start of the race. Rick Elzinga already over the line. Start his 9th lap. Vettic and McClellan separated by not a lot. Half a second or thereabouts. As they fight over that 2nd place. Lucas Kuhnen, meanwhile, just having to take a little bit of a breather. Tell you what, Stauffer's also riding good, isn't he? Here is the 401, the Austrian. So Marcel Stauffer then, the Sturm STC Racing KTM rider, having a good solid ride at the moment. Didn't score in the first race, got 13th in the second one in Lombardia. He was on the receiving end of more than one shunt, shall we say, in that first race. Picked himself up, fell again, picked himself up another time, got knocked off again. Meanwhile, McLellan, 122, South African, riding on a Dutch license. So just up over the top of the hill. This was second place then for McLellan. So down the inside of Vettic through turn 2. All of a sudden, Vettic now under pressure once again. This time from Lucas Kuhnen. Remember, this 252 stroke championship last year was won by Nick Lapucci. Sorry, this EMX 250 championship was won on a 2-stroke by Nick Lapucci last year. So Vettic thinking he can do the same at least. He'll be third in the championship. Start of the day 4th. Handful of points behind Håkan Osterhagen. Osterhagen now still buried there in 20th position after he hit the gate right at the start of the race. Kuhnen, number 93, still there in 4th place. Lucas Kuhnen trying to figure out a way to pass Vettic. Vettic just had a bit of a nervous twitch with the front end there, coming into that right-hander. Kuhnen has got right back to within striking distance, though. Just outside of the points in 21st place, the number 19 of Sasha Kuhnen. But this looking like, with 7 minutes plus 2 to go, Vettic on borrowed time. His only saving grace, he's got about 7 or 8 seconds back to Marcel Stauffer, but we'll need to keep an eye on those times as well between the two. Bury the berm, dude. Right, Lucas Kuhnen, in fact, Stauffer is closing in, look, in red. So it won't be long before he's onto the rear wheel of these two, unless Kuhnen can find his way past the fading 651 of Vettic. Ten laps complete. Just under 6.5 minutes plus 2 remain. Tried to get on the gas nice and early there, didn't he? So Lucas Kuhnen then really having to think outside of the box here. Goes in and out early. Just runs too far wide though. Going to have to hit the brakes. Thought about going back to the inside, so then he reverts to plan B. Outside, bury the wheels in the dirt. Try and do the same here. Cut back if he can. And maybe even here, back markers coming into play. This time he does go through though. Goes around the outside, and all of a sudden, Kuhnen now up into 3rd place. So Vettic, the next man on his target list is going to be Marcel Stauffer, who's currently parked in 5th position. And he's already closing in. He's almost 2 seconds lap quicker that time around, look. Just in the background, you'll see him any moment now appear in red. Meanwhile, Raquel Zinger, 12.5 seconds clear at the moment, looking for his 2nd race win of the season. And an extension of the points lead at the top of the championship table. He'll move to 68. Cornelius Toendal will be on 53, the same as Vettic, although Vettic will lose a couple of points this time around. Whereas Tondel, he's now up in the 7th place. Impressive ride this, though, from the championship leader. Number 44, Rick Elsinger, Hudson Mattal's Yamaha. Just able to ride smoothly. Look, pick his lines, not rush, stay out of the holes. And Max Spies has just found his way past Braceras on the line as well. So all of a sudden, Spies up to 8th. So the 7 of Spies on the Schmieke Racing KTM. Eases past the 24 of Braceras on the VRT KTM Verities. So Braceras not looking comfortable, unlike the big German. Saw him on the podium quite a bit last year, didn't we? Spies in the EMX 2-stroke category. Bottom of the hill, number 7. He's looking quite handy as well. Got some time to make up, what, 5, 6 seconds behind him. Oriol Oliver, sorry, ahead of him. Oliver, opposite jumps for these two. As he triples up, Oliver doubling in the opposite direction and then opposite corners. But a decent ride this for Max Spies. Doubles his way in twice, 3 times. Then you got that single to the inside, which you kind of have to roll and then just kind of upsets the balance of the bike again. Anyway, there's Oliver just going through. Then we have a back marker. And then Spies in the background. But good ride this as well for the number 10. Oriol Oliver, WZ Racing Team, KTM, the Spaniard. So no doubt he will, okay, just chase the front end a little bit. No doubt he will have also a nice little fan base this weekend as well, just coming over the border. Fifth in the championship before we came here, 1 point behind Mikko Vettic. And he will stay 5th in the championship, 3 points behind Vettic now. See how the track is changing now. 40 riders on it. Lap after lap after lap, starting to break down, deteriorate. Bumps are starting to form. But Oliver, 7th position for the number 10. Just ahead of him, though, is Cornelius Tondel, the 302. So the Fantic Factory team, Maddie Ryder. What were his lap times last time around, actually, Tondel? 53.6. So again, these two are very, very similar lap times. Right, Stauffer has found his way past Vettic. Moves into 4th place. It was only a question of time, wasn't it? Looking good is the Austrian. Do his championship chances no harm at all. He'll move himself up into 10th place. Start of the day 17th. Meanwhile, McClellan 2nd, Lucas Coonan 3rd. 30 seconds on the clock, so 3 laps to go. These two starting to come back together again, I think. Was riding good in Lombardia. Was McClellan. Came away with a 6th and an 8th. But I think his riding was better than the results showed. He had 1 or 2 issues, didn't he? 1 or 2 little prangs here and there, but looking good at the moment. Man down. Back marker. Lucas Kuhnen pushing for that second place in his rookie season. Here's your leader. Rick Elzinga. It's not about just having a red front number plate, is it? Red plates all round. The Hutametal Yamaha has been pretty much inch perfect. Two-lap board goes out for the tall Dutch rider. Then all of a sudden, second and third, McClellan and Lucas Kuhnen. There you see them there on screen. Again, just about a tenth quicker. McClellan over Kuhnen that time around. Neither one of those two can afford a mistake. Here's Stauffer, he's in fourth. Then we've got a back marker. Then we should have Vettic, but for not much longer, because I think Toondell is also closing in on Vettic, and that'll be a top 5 position for Cornelius Toondell if he can find his way onto the rear wheel of the guy behind this rider, number 651 Mikko Vettic, because that will be 5th place for the rider who hit the gate right at the start of the race. So this is second and third, McClellan and Kuhnen. So this one not done yet either. Then we got Stauffer about 4 seconds further back. Yeah, 2 seconds a lap. Toondell is catching Vettic. Meanwhile, Rick Elzinga, 12 seconds clear in cruise mode. Past pit lane for the penultimate time. Try and see if I can see out of my window. When Toondell comes by, because I would imagine he's right on the back wheel of Vettic now as they fight over 5th place. McClellan has opened up a bit of a gap, as you can see there, over the 3rd place, Lucas Kuhnen. Stauffer is next. He's in 4th place. Then we do have a bit of a gap. Vettic and Toondell, they are. In fact, Vettic is in danger of losing that 5th place on the final lap. It looks like McClellan, though, has weathered this storm and takes a nervous look over the shoulder there. Knows he can't afford anything stupid, but looking like he's got this second pretty much dialed at the moment. Just needs to keep working hard, pushing hard. There's a South African. Kuhnen getting closer again. Here's Stauffer. Still in 4th place. Lonely ride for him in that 4th position. Vettic would love to say the same, though. In fact, just in the background there, you can see as they head up over the Liqui-Moly jump, Toondell and Vettic pretty much locked together. But we'll focus on this battle here for 2nd position. No mistakes through here, and Camden McClellan should almost be home and dry. Step down the hill. But all eyes on this rider here as he goes past pit lane for the final time. Stand-up wheelie for Rick Elzinga. The Hutametal Yamaha rider rounds out the final turn, wins race 1, takes his 2nd race win of the season, and the Dutchman extends his championship lead over Cornelius Toondell. Fantastic ride for Camden McClellan. First top 3 finish for him. Lucas Kuhnen coming home in 3rd. And then Stauffer should be next, but we'll keep our eye on the battle for 5th. They're coming by pit lane now. And Vettic will just hang on out of the final turn. So Vettic takes 5th, Toondell takes 6th. Oliver, 7th. Finds his way past Perez. Spies should be 9th, and Braceras 10th. And then we got Jorge Martinez, Jorgen Matthias Talviku and Rafe Mewsen. Max Poulsen, Paolo Lagana, Eddie Wade, 16th in the end as he makes his way to the line. Eddie Wade over the line now. Ahead of Håkan Osterhagen, Andrea Bonacorsi, 18th. Lorenzo Ciabatti and Jens Walvort. They are your top 20. Rick Elzinga, your winner from race 1. Here he is talking to Lisa.
Rick Elzinga, congratulations. Nice pass on Vettic for the lead. In the end, it looked like a comfortable win for you. Second race win of the season. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it just feels great, you know. Yeah, this time around I was riding just way better than in Mantova. The gates flinched a bit, so everybody was off. But yeah, luckily I came out really well. And yeah, just rode my race, just flowing, and yeah, really happy with my riding this time.
Good job, thank you.
Number 44, Rick Elzinga, Hutton Mattal Yamaha arrived here with the championship lead, and the championship leader's red plate on the front of that blue machine. Didn't make the best start, but you know what? He rode cool, calm and collected when his main rivals around him faltered, and he went on to win comfortably in the end over Camden McClellan. Rick Elzinga now extends his championship lead in the process over Tondel with that win in race 1. Official confirmation coming up then, EMX250 race 1. Looks a little bit like this. A win for Rick Elzinga. Takes the 25 points from Camden McClellan, Lucas Koenen, Marcel Stauffer, Miko Vettic, Cornelius Tondel, Oriol Oliver and Guillaume Perez. Max Spies 9 and David Braceras 10. Then we had Jorge Martinez, Jorgen Matthias Talviku, Raf Mewsen, Max Poulsen, Paolo Lagana, Eddie Wade, Håkan Osterhagen, Andrea Bonacorsi. 19th for Lorenzo Ciabatti and Quentin Marc Prunier, rounding out your top 20. Great to hear an atmosphere back around the racetracks here. We had it in the bucket loads in Argentina. We've got it again here in Portugal. As water going on around this racetrack ahead of the MX2 qualifying race. Take a look at the highlights from that first EMX250 race, shall we? EMX250 race 1 here, the second round of the series. Quite a few riders caught the gates, included second place in the championship, Cornelius Tondel, Håkan Osterhagen, Sascha Koenen. But championship leader, number 44, managed to get through here, no problems whatsoever. Somebody, though, tried to launch into the back of him. Elzinga did well to stay up in third. I think it was one of the WZ Racing riders went down. Wasn't Mike Guerda, I don't think. Anyway, Vettic led. Jorge Martinez fell. That handed second position. This is on the opening lap to the 44 of Elzinga. And before the end of the lap, this pass from the Dutchman up the inside of Vettic saw him take over the lead. From there, he had clear track and knew exactly what to do with it. Camden McClellan down the inside of the fast starting Eddie Wade. That put him up in the third place. And trying to follow him through was the number 93 of Lucas Koenen. That put him into fourth. And then Wade just starting to have one or two problems. Stauffer found his way round the outside and up the inside in the next turn to take over the position as he charged through to an eventual fourth place. Oriol Oliver also went through on the 217. Hitting the gate, the rider in red at the start, Cornelius Tondel, eased past the 24 of David Braceras. That put him into 8th place. He eventually came home in 6th. Then we had a change for second place, top of your screen. McClellan up the inside of Vettic. And then around the outside, Koenen also moved past to take over third. Max Spies, number 7, up the inside of the 24 of Braceras. That put him into 9th place. But no one was a match for Rick Elzinga. A comfortable win for the Yamaha rider, easing out with victory over McClellan and Koenen. And that was EMX 250 race 1. Right, local time is just after 5 minutes past 4. We will be back at 15:15. So again, 9.5 minutes from now. So sit back, enjoy the best moments from EMX250 Race 1. When we return in just over 9 minutes time, it will be for the MX2 qualifying race. We'll see you then.